On April 15, 1947, Jackie Robinson became the first African American to play professional Major League Baseball. Jackie Robinson gave all of us, not only black athletes, but every black person in this country, a sense of our own strength. Not only this man is a great athlete, but he's also a great man off the field for people like myself.
The words are Hank Aaron's from his introduction to Jackie Robinson's autobiography, I Never Had It Made. From the moment a young George Laraque read it, Robinson's story of courage in the face of hatred would sear itself into his young mind. Born to Haitian parents and raised in the Montreal suburb of Tracy, Laraque was a black kid playing the nearly all-white sport of hockey, and he, too, never had it made.
It was always making me smile to read that because it was normal what I was going through because somebody else did it, and I wasn't the only one. Because when he was a kid, he was just like me. He was a minority, he was one of the only one, and if he went through it, I knew I could go through it.
Everybody used to tell us, what are you playing hockey for? It's a white man's game. Well, Jackie Robinson did it before, why can't we do it?
It hasn't been easy. Some of my own teammates refused to accept me because I was black.
From the moment he first stepped onto the ice, at age 5, George says he was on the receiving end of racial slurs.
Monkey, chocolate, like everything that has to be with being black.
You've been called things like chocolate, oh, you should go back to your country, hockey's not your sport, go play basketball.
I must have been about 8 years old the first time I ran into racial trouble. I was sweeping our sidewalk when a little neighbor girl shouted at me, nigger, nigger, nigger. The N-word, I heard that a lot as a kid and stuff, and I had to stick up for myself all the time. I remember fighting all the time. One time when I was skating by the bench of the other team, people were banging their stick on the board when I was skating. Every time I was skating by their bench, they would call me the N-words.
My brother lost it during a game, which would happen sometimes, and he punched 3 guys in a row, and he got kicked out.
A lot of time I had tears in my eyes and stuff and just wiped them, and I didn't want to let people see it.
George's parents, appalled by the emotional toll hockey was taking on their son, tried to loosen his grip on the game he had come to love.
They were saying that, you sure you want to play hockey? There's even one year my dad forced me not to play because it was so bad. He said, no, you're not going to play.
He went to the training camp to play for Pee-wee AA, and then it was cut. After he scores 5 goals and have 4 assists, he was cut just because he was black. And that year, I decided my son will not be playing hockey.
He really didn't think that it was a good idea, but just for my love of the game, and I've always told him, I said, Dad, I can't quit. I can't. I want to be like Jackie Robinson. My only way of proving people wrong is making it. I have always fought for what I believed in. I was a black man in a white world and never had it made.
His size and speed led the Edmonton Eskimos to offer him a tryout for the Canadian Football League, where black athletes weren't treated as curiosities. Nevertheless, he entered the NHL draft and was selected by the Edmonton Oilers in the 2nd round in 1995. But to succeed as a professional hockey player, George would have to fight, literally, for his place in the game.
George Laraque is one tough guy.
I've always said what I'm doing today in the NHL is what I've been doing all my life. I've always been fighting and sticking up for myself, and that's the kind of player that I am.
Now in his 6th season with the Oilers, Laraque is a pure enforcer, one of the NHL's most feared fighters, a low-scoring winger far quicker with his fists than he is on the ice or around the net. If Jackie Robinson's story is finally about transcending the hatred of others, George Laraque's story rings with retribution.
I really dedicated the fact that I made it to the NHL to all those people always calling me black names and black stuff and racial stuff, because I really use that as a motivation. I keep that in the back of my mind, and I said, one day you're going to regret everything you ever said to me because I'm going to make it regardless what you said.
And I know people right now, they're thinking, I know they are thinking about, oh, I said that to him one time. Why? Look where he is now.
Now George is beloved by the Oilers fans who cheer his aggressive style, and by his grateful teammates who know he has their backs. When he sticks up for them, he's sticking up for himself as well. And having made it into the NHL, he hopes his example can offer the same inspiration he once received from Jackie Robinson's life.
It goes back to the Jackie Robinson book that I read, where he did the same thing. He had a mission, and he wanted to be a role model for a lot of black kids, minority kids. And when I read that, I said, that's it. That's what I want to do in hockey.